I don't think most married men even want to be married, honestly.
I remember this.
And the reason we see so many men struggling to sacrifice within their marriage is because they view the marriage itself as the sacrifice. A guy will get married, have 2 or 3 kids, but still feel entitled to play video games when he gets home from work, or go golfing with the boys all weekend, or devote an entire Sunday to watching football. Because in a man's mind, we are already making 2 of the ultimate sacrifices, right? The first of which, we are going to work. We are trading our time for money and making a paycheck for our family, even though that's something we would have to do regardless. The other sacrifice is that we are now taken off the market. Because we are married, we are sleeping with just one woman the rest of our lives, and therefore she owes us. And I think subconsciously, because of these perceived sacrifices that we're already making, we feel entitled to a woman's physical, mental, and emotional labor. It feels like something that's owed to us. If he is going to sacrifice his freedom, what he gets in return is sex whenever he wants it, and a woman's mental, emotional, and physical labor to make his life easier. I think that women are absolutely done with this dynamic, and things like the red pill movement are men just throwing a collective temper tantrum about it.
He brought up some facts, some points. Some points were made. I do not agree with putting the mental load, that aspect of it, only because that's the part that's going to make you feel surprised and like out of nowhere you want a divorce, or like we're not connected, or you don't, it's not the way it used to be. So I think that he did bring up points, and I do get the us having sex with just one woman as a sacrifice, and I only get that from because I'll say it.
Say it.
Usually when you date a woman, like she just wants to be with one man. And a man is giving up his hose. Like I'm giving up my hose. So now you gotta be a school teacher, a wife, a prostitute. You gotta be all the things that like that's on my mind. And you basically have to like relive my experiences, or keep those experiences that I enjoyed alive sexually. So I that's how I feel him on the sacrifice, and I don't think there's a right or wrong with that. I'm just saying it from like my point of view, and that's not saying that a woman doesn't have sexual desires. I'm saying just from that point that he was saying, I understand that. The mental load thing I don't agree with, only because it's almost like he said that a man is going to stop growing and is not going to worry about like being emotionally intelligent or being anything other than just a doer, and that clearly doesn't work. So, I'm not married. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm just not married, and I think that's another level. But committed is understanding that we are just different, and like you have to appreciate my strong points, and I have to appreciate your strong points. That's
Okay, I wanna pose a question, and I do wanna state that this question is coming from Alan and not me.
you too.
Should a man be able to sue his wife for refusing sex instead of divorcing her if she doesn't want a divorce? See, that's why I said that. Just saying.
The coke in the background.
Sue his wife.
Sue his wife for refusing to have sex
Sue his wife and like still want to be married to her.
if she doesn't want a divorce.
What's he suing for? Money?
Yeah.
One source of sex.
But what would he be suing for?
What is he suing for?
What's he suing for?
Why is he asking her? Yeah, but clearly a need, or what he needs, isn't being met, and that's a major need for him,
Enough to be divorced.
enough to be divorced. So why is he asking permission from her to get divorced? He wants sex. What does that mean?
All of that said, what exactly would he be suing for? Is he suing to get money?
Yeah,
to go
get
buy
the
hoes?
money, or to
is he suing to
What's the settlement?
what's the settlement?
Wait, you got to sue your wife for sex? Why would you do that? Why would you even want to continue to be with her? Who's going to put up with that? That don't make no sense. I think you be an idiot woman to stick around in a home with a man that sued you for sex. It's
Yeah.
clear like you don't want to have sex with me. Then
Yeah.
if you want the
Yeah.
marriage and I want this, we're
I'm gonna
just
go through the government to mandate sex
Yeah,
with someone who clearly don't want to have sex with me?
I don't know. That seemed like some
where you get that from?
dystopian shit that's going on these days.
That's
So,
actually loser shit.
I want to watch that because I keep hearing you
I
guys
keep
reference
hearing
it.
people reference that as well. And I'm like, I'm not familiar. Heard of it, but never watched it.
you're saying that the husband would sue his wife on the grounds that we're married, you don't want to have sex with me. I've brought up divorce. You don't want a divorce. And I guess we both agree that we're committed to the institution of marriage. So I need some sort of compromise that is stamped by a judge or whatever, that I guess instead of us getting divorced, you're willing to say, oh, we'll have sex twice a week.
What?
Is that what you're saying?
All right, I got to open my lens.
And I get what you're saying,
That's
Alan.
what scares me. That's what scares me about like the whole talk of marriage. Like you got to have scheduled sex and it's got to be for your birthday or Valentine's Day. Like, yo, you don't want me? What are you talking about? Get out of here.
Well,
The
you
way that
put
you're
it,
framing it
yeah.
is like, oh, I have to go to court and sue you for sex.
Can
to
I
solve marital
No.
problems.
can I come up with an easier solution? I think the solution may be
Cheat.
perhaps. So one solution is cheat.
Okay.
Number 2 is perhaps go to couples therapy to see like why she don't want to have sex with you, because they're
I'm assuming they already did that though.
oh I don't know.
You
I'm
can't
just,
really make any assumptions.
yeah okay so
Okay.
Therapy wasn't
no
included.
assumptions made here. So we're saying the solution is
Don't
one,
cheat yet. Don't cheat yet.
cheat.
Don't cheat yet.
That's what Rome said.
Well, I didn't.
Cheating
I,
is not a solution,
I'm-
actually.
I said the easiest solution.
saying
it's
so-
easy to.
A solution for
Easiest.
this gentleman, right?
Yes.
1 would be to cheat. 2 would be to go to some sort of therapy to figure out like what's the root cause of her not wanting to fuck with you like that. And
Maybe you
3,
got fat.
3, y'all come to an agreement that, okay, I'm not having sex with you. You can do what you want to do. Because maybe 80% of the marriage is fine with her. And having sex with him ain't no big deal to her. And for him to get what's his 80%, maybe it's fair to just say, hey, go do what you got to do. We have an agreement, so on and so forth. I just don't think that suing is the rational or like, yeah, it's not rational. It's very illogical.
So my question is that still in the constitution of marriage? Like once you do all that, like once you're stepping outside of marriage and saying, hey, I only want this from you, or this is, you're giving me my 60%, I'm fine with that. Are you still, is that still within the constitution of marriage though?
But I think remember your constitution of your marriage is what y'all make it. So that's why I was saying they could come to an agreement. In order for her to get her 80% is cool, we not getting a divorce, because for the most part, everything else is fine. But his 80% includes, at a minimum, sex once a week. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting some out there. Like, you got to think about like jobs, kids. You know.
Someone that don't want to have sex with that man once a week, it should,
Yeah, I mean,
So, okay, I'm sorry. This is messing me up because I'm not married. So what would be the point? The point would be because we don't want to split up assets and get divorced? Like, what is the reason that we don't want to get divorced then?
okay, because we're using the 80-20 rule. If that wasn't clear.
marriage is more than sex.
Right. So with the 80-20 rule, her 80% is not gonna line up symmetrically with his 80%.
Got that?
Right? So her 80% doesn't include sex, but his 80% does. So in order for him to get his 80%, then the easy thing to do seems to have an agreement between the parties as to what he's able to do as far as getting sex in his marriage. Because I don't think it's fair if one partner wants something, the other partner is just like, no, I'm not doing it. Because we would say that a man is wrong if he wants, if the woman wants attention, she wants dates, she wants him to be thoughtful, she wants him to help around the house, all these other, not even help, she wants him to participate in the home in which he lives. That's her 80%. And we would say that it would be fucked up for her to walk away and to not change anything. So I don't understand why they can't just come to an agreement.
See, I'm
Because
thinking
there's open marriages, especially for a woman who doesn't want to have sex with her husband. She's probably more inclined to say like, okay, well,
What you gotta do.
I don't want to do this, so I might be okay if you do X, Y, and Z, because this matters more to me. So I'm okay with you doing that. And she'll come up with her terms. All right. And they'll go back and forth and they'll settle on something.
But that may not be the agreement. So you could have
Exactly.
been married for 12 years already, and for whatever reason, she don't want sex like that from you for whatever reason. You know, so again, you have to make the rules for your marriage. What worked 12 years ago may not work today. And you got to have a conversation and figure that out.
Especially if marriage as an entity, as you were saying, means more to her, and keeping that means more to her than just divorcing because they're not having sex anymore. I'm pretty sure she's more inclined to make some shit shake. To figure out an agreement to make sure that their marriage still works.
Because again, her 80% is set. He's there for every other thing that she wants out the marriage. We're gonna negate that 20% because there's always a 20% that's just never gonna get met, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying if his 20%, no, I'm sorry, if part of his 80% is missing, then I do think it's fair for her to come to the table and be realistic about what it is he wants and what it is that is so important to him that he's actually willing to leave the marriage.